Hey all, so today you're going to complete a Valentine's creative writing assignment. It is due at the end of class. So choose your options wisely. You have two options today. The first is a suitcase story. And it states the situation: you've just arrived home from a hot romantic vacation with your Boo Skittle biscuit. When you open your suitcase at home, you realize the items inside are not yours. So you're going to write an original story about the person who left the suitcase behind. Below here you have some items that are in this fictional suitcase. In your story you must use at least 12 of the items to describe the person who left behind the suitcase, or the story I should say, about the person who left behind the suitcase. For the advanced grade, you need to incorporate at least 3 of the vocab words in your story. And I just had to update the document so that those words showed up. So the vocab words are covet, amiable, perpetual, hapless, inexplicable, astute, irrevocable, auspicious, or exacerbate. So you need to use at least 3 of those in your story for the advanced credit. The second option requires a little more instruction, so there's a little more structure. So your second option is to write the worst love poem ever. So for example, last year someone wrote a couplet poem about a couple on the band bus. Very funny. So compose the worst love poem ever by writing a series of couplets. So you have to write this in couplets. Couplets are 2 lines of verse, each with the same syllable count or rhythm. So you have to be able to count your syllables. And you need to have at least 8 couplets in your final piece. So I've given you a sample couplet. She was feeling a little tense. Her boyfriend was making no sense. She was feeling a little tense. So 8 syllables in each line, and the last 2 words rhyme in each couplet. Okay, so it's like a pair. For the partner option, if you want to work with a partner, take turns writing couplets in conversational or text format to create one of the worst love poems ever. And my example is a conversation between a boyfriend and girlfriend, and the girlfriend says, "I can't believe you do this to me. Tyler told me that you kissed Tammy." And the boyfriend responds, "That's not even true. Her lips just fell into mine. You're my only love. It only happened 2 times. Okay, so we're going to have the same syllable count in each couplet. And then the end words rhyme, or at least closely rhyme. Mine times, maybe not perfect, but you get the idea. All right, so that has a little more structure. It can be a little harder, but you need a little bit of a challenge rather than just slapping down a free verse poem, because you've already done that once. So for your requirements, the poem must be at least 16 lines long, which is 8 couplets. So remember, 8. Technically, you would have like 8 stanzas or 8 couplets. Although I guess you could put 2 couplets together in 1 stanza. If you work with a partner, you need at least 20 lines. And each couplet or pair of lines must rhyme and have the same amount of syllables. You have to have a minimum of 6 syllables per line. And then finally, for the advanced grade on this one, you need to include an additional poetic element. So alliteration, which is the beginning consonant sounds are the same, imagery, simile, etc. Okay, there are 2 separate rubrics, but essentially you're getting graded for your effort. So for the story, you need to use at least 12 items on the list, and the vocab words, at least 3 vocab words. And for conventions, you have to have no errors in conventions. So pay attention to your grammar, capitalization, punctuation, as always. And then for the poem, you have to follow the requirements of a couplet. So you need 8 couplets or 10 couplets if you're working with a partner. And you have to make sure you have those the ending words are rhyming and have the same syllable count in each line for each couplet. And then finally, you need to use more than 2 poetic elements correctly. So rhyme counts as 1 in your couplet, and then you need an additional 2 for the advanced grade. Your goal is to finish this by the end of class and submit. And if you don't finish in class, it becomes homework. But let's hope for no homework, because we are on break, and I think we all need a break. Thank you very much.